Good morning, everybody. It's just after 7:30. I was in the middle of a video, but my husband rang, so I had to stop and talk to him for a while. So today, well, I'm going home today, which is interesting. We're in extended hours now, from 9 o'clock this morning, but the house will rise, and I'm sure everybody's seen all the dramas and all the, he said, she said, they did, those people did it. Around extended hours, so but the house will rise at 6 o'clock this evening. So I've managed to change my flights, and I will be going home tonight. I previously had been organised to be here on Friday to acknowledge a whole lot of treaty settlements, unlike a whole lot of other people. But there you go. I just want to talk a little bit about another regulatory impact statement, which is the one for the options for improving the Careers Information Service. Now, I think we all agree that we can do better with regard to careers advice, and part of doing better is professionalising up and taking really seriously careers advice and transition advice. What's interesting about what is in this bill, and don't really have a problem with this particular section of the bill, but it does say that there's been no direct consultation with Careers New Zealand or schools on proposals presented in the cabinet paper. So 3 government departments came up with what they think is a great idea, not doing any of the delivery at all, didn't contact Careers New Zealand at all, which is a government department, didn't speak to any schools at all, and came up with this part of legislation, which is not great. It's not a good idea. A couple of things that are interesting is whether there's an intention to open up careers advice to private providers, and whether that's a good or a bad thing. One of the things I've seen whenever we have opened up a government service or a service to our people to private providers is usually the price goes up. We are able to hold them to, we're not able to hold them to their accountability till they stuff up, as opposed to seeing something go wrong with your own employees and making sure that it's fixed. And it usually costs us more. It usually costs us more, and private providers like to congregate in areas where there are lots of people, so your rural provision drops. So that will be interesting. We'll flesh that out. I noticed that it says here that the government puts in $15.3, I think it is, $1 million into careers advice. Then they have disestablished Careers New Zealand, absorbed it into TEC. I don't see any conversation about any more money, and yet they want to do a better job. So this will be an interesting conversation. How do they think they're going to do a better job on the same resourcing that actually Careers New Zealand has had cuts for the last 3 years? So that's one of the other 13 regulatory impact statements in that education update bill, that anybody to do with careers advice, anybody inside of schools, or anybody with an interest about making sure that we have careers and transitions advice, not just for our young people, but across our society, so that those of our citizens who need to change direction due to disruptive technology or whatever can also get access to appropriate careers advice before they go off and do a whole lot of study or a whole lot of retraining that is pointless. Okay, have a good day, people. Bye-bye.